Hello everybody and welcome to the OANDA midweek forex market update for the 21st of May. My name's Simon Clarke from Trade with Precision and I'll be discussing a few markets that are of key interest to me right now. Now, first of all, what I want to do is a quick update on the markets that or a couple of the markets that I was speaking about on Monday's edition. And just really an update on what I was looking at here. So first one here is dollar yen. What I was looking for was this 101.50 level through here on the weekly chart to be broken, and I was looking for trading opportunities to the downside. And in fact, if we come down to the daily chart, we can see that this market's continued to the downside now. We've now got quite a nice decisive break underneath the 101.50 level, and what I'm sort of doing is coming down to the lower time frames, coming down here to the likes of the 4-hour chart, where we can see we've got the nice trend here. We've had quite an extended move now, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get a little bit of a pullback back up into this sort of level, certainly back up into the 10 and the 20 period moving average before sort of looking for new opportunities to the short side. And I'm even sort of coming down to the likes of the 2-hour time frames where you can still see that a little bit overextended here, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get a bit of a pullback, maybe up to the 101.20 area. This is a sort of area where I'm more interested in looking at short opportunities to join this trend if you're not already in it. The next one was euro yen. So let's take a look at euro yen. Let's come back up to the weekly chart, and what I was speaking about on Monday was this 139 level. I was looking for this level to be decisively broken, and looking for opportunities to the short side underneath 139. If we come and take a look at the daily, we can see that 139 has been tested and retested a couple of times. We've now broken underneath the 139 level, getting a nice move to the downside with some nice agreement here with our indicators and moving averages all fanning out nicely too. So just sort of coming back, there doesn't look to be, well, there doesn't certainly look to be any sort of support and resistance on these time frames around where price is at the moment. So there's pretty much sort of nothing in the way for resisting price having a move to the short side, which is what I like to see. So again, just sort of coming down to these lower time frames, coming down to the likes of the 4-hour chart, we can see this lovely chart structure of a trend to the short side. For me personally, I'm just looking for opportunities as price comes back into these moving averages, so expecting a little bit of a pullback from where we are at the moment before looking at more opportunities to scale into these markets further. Now, a couple of other markets that I want to take a look at today is if we take a look at the euro against the Great British Pound, and come and take a look at the weekly chart. What I like about this is that well, this has been in a downtrend for some time, but we've also broken these key levels which I've spoken about in the past around the sort of 8200 and 8220 level. Now we're getting a very nice move to the downside, and just looking underneath the price action, well, there's no sort of obvious support and resistance levels in the way for price to continue lower. So we've got some nice moving averages in the right order here. We've got some nice agreement with our indicators to the short side. If we come down to the daily chart, we can start to see the strength of this trend to the downside. Very, very nice and very consistent here. Each time it comes up and tests the 10 period moving average, it tests this sort of sell zone that we classify in between the 10 and the 20 period moving average on these types of structures. We can see that each time it does that, it continues for another move to the downside. So again, what I'm looking for here, because we're a little bit overextended from those averages, I'm just waiting for a bit more of a pullback into these averages, and then looking for opportunities for the to gain entries into this market to the short side. So we can even come down to the likes of the 1-hour chart on this, and if I just zoom out and start to draw a level in here, you can see we've certainly got some support through here at around the 81.30-ish area, 81.25, 81.30 area, where there's been support a number of times. Because we're so overextended from the averages at the moment. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get a bit of a pullback, or I'm looking for a bit of a pullback, a retracement at some point in time. If we can get a retracement back up to this area, it could be a nice sort of area to consider opportunities to the short side. A similar sort of situation here on Australian dollar yen as well. If we come up to the weekly chart, the weekly chart we can see has kind of rolled over now, and we've broken a number of key support and resistance levels which were up here. We're right underneath those now, so that's nice. And if we take a look at the daily chart here, we can see the structure of this market here. More recently, the market's now put in lower highs, now got lower lows from the previous lows, so we've now got a downtrend here. Quite a big move in the market. So again, what I'm sort of looking for is opportunities for a pullback, maybe a pullback up to this level up here, which is around the 94 level, which has been very strong in the past. So if this has been resistance in the past, well, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's going to be resistance again, if price tests this level again another time. So again, just looking through these lower time frames, looking for opportunities as prices looking for price to pull back into these sort of zones before looking at trading in the direction of this trend. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more about trading, then please come and join us on the next webinars that we're running this week. We have 2 webinars for the remainder of this week. The first one is Getting Started in Trading. Now, this webinar is an introductory webinar, as the title suggests, and we're going to be focusing on some of the key characteristics of the forex market. Like the fact that it trades 24 hours a day, 5.5 days a week. It's got many benefits to us as traders. We'll identify the major market participants and what makes forex prices move, and we'll review the benefits and risks for us as traders to trade this market. The second webinar is Avoiding Commonplace Trading Errors. Now, in this webinar, we're going to be discussing common trading errors and understanding how they can affect our financial results. We'll highlight how to recognize these errors in your own trading and gain practical approaches to avoiding them. You'll also gain an insight into distinguishing between winning trades and flawless execution, and how to implement a process of self-review to continuously identify and reduce trading errors. So if you'd like to join us on these webinars, then just please visit the OANDA website, click on Learn, click on Forex Webinars, and then you'll be able to register to join us. Okay, thank you for attending, and look forward to speaking to you soon.